Is the frequency in use? Is frequency in use? Nope, I didn't think so. This is K4PEW net control for the Mt Juliet Flex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? Okay, there never is. So if there is, call 911. And if they can't help you, we'll help you. Even if we can't help you, we can help you. Just don't hesitate to break in at any time. For information on the net, you can see us right now on, just put your my call, not your call, my call, K4PEW in the search block in YouTube, and it'll bring it right up. At least it'll bring up a thing called a premiere, which means a live event. You can also look us up on our ordinary website, 146415.net, 146415.net. Some information on Simplex, etc., and what we do. And also you can go to our groups.io page, which is groups.in and do a search for MJSS, which is Mt Juliet Simplex Society. It should bring it right up. At least did last time. And also you can send me an email if none of that works at K4PEW. My call, it's K4PEW at ARRL. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night, and we do a variety of nets. Tonight we're doing the 2-meter net here on 145, and we also do another net right afterwards on 2 and 10 meters, 28.415. That's upper side. And the purpose of the net is to pretty much have fun. That's what ham radio is, fun. It also can be a service if you so desire. Become service to your family, friends, and greater community, if indeed there isn't a big emergency where communications falters. But Simplex tends to make you a better operator altogether because you improve your shack and how you operate it and figure out what the heck's going on. You spend more money too. Not to me, you spend more money with the for ham gear. You also make a lot of friends, a lot of good friends in ham radio. Announcements, of course, tonight, like I said, is a 2-meter net here and then a 10-meter on 28.45. There's also Sunday night. We have another net that's special to us. It's also on 28.415, but it's at 7:30 on Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Sunday night. And if you get on our email list, you'll see we get all these reminders about the nets and other announcements that come up here and there, and people who post things about equipment for sale or handouts. They're looking for handouts or food. Mostly hams, looking for food. Let's see, is there anything else in these? Does anybody else have any other announcements? Oh yeah, I do want to make an announcement here, but I'll send it out in an email. I'm going to for our breakfast Saturday morning. It's this coming Saturday morning to what do you call it? The name of the restaurant that's in Lebanon, right there by the interstate. Shoney's, that's what it is. Shoney's. How could I forget Shoney's? How come none of them have the big boy out front of them? Anyway, Shoney's there in it's right just north of I-40 on I think it's Cumberland Road or Cumberland Terrace or Cumberland, wherever it is. You can't miss it. It's just look it up. Shoney's. And it's Saturday morning, whatever time you decide to show up, we'll be there between 7:30 and 8. We're usually in a place like that until 10 or 11, and once 12. Anyway, does anybody have any other announcements? Please come in. Hey, Jeff, what's up?
Okay, some of you guys may know about this USB special event. I know about it this coming weekend. It's Friday and Saturday from 1400 to 2200 Zulu. There's going to be a special event station about the 75th anniversary of the USS Tennessee decommissioning. It's going to be on 40 meters, 20 meters sideband, 20 meters FT8, 17 meters sideband. That may change, but you can always get on their website. It's Whiskey 4 Bravo Zulu Sierra Foxtrot, is that corrected? Whiskey 4 BSF, Whiskey 4 Bravo Sierra Foxtrot at on QRZ, give you all the information you need. So I plan on doing it just because it's USS Tennessee.
All right, very good. Thanks for that, Jeff. I wasn't aware of that. There was a special event station at those. You couldn't hear Jeff. You can look it up on 4 Bravo Sierra Foxtrot and it's on QRZ, and the information is on that page. And it's a special event for the I believe it's the commissioning. Is that correct for the USS Tennessee?
I know it's the 75th anniversary of the decommissioning of the USS Tennessee.
Oh, wow, decommissioning. And I'll bet you it was, I don't remember how long it was in service, but it was a while. But anyway, decommissioning, the 70, obviously it was decommissioned, let's see, it was 22, well, it'd been about 1947 or so. That'd be about right. A couple years before I was born. Anyway, that's you can read all about the special event safe station. You can look about it on the web. It's 1,400 hours to 2,200 hours Zulu, or Greenwich Mean Time, as we used to say. If you have any questions, just look it up. Whiskey 4 Bravo Sierra Foxtrot is the call. I'm curious to look up the information. Other announcements? Yeah, that's pretty cool. I have to look that up myself. I wasn't aware of that one. All right. Well, we have this is net number 773, February 22nd, and we're starting from the west. But we're going to be taking people short on time. Please come in.
Kilo November 14th, for TV Mobile.
Thing I heard. Well, I heard you in there, Greg, but I heard November Tango, Juliet, Foxtrot. Everything going well there for you, Rick?
Yes, sir. It sure is. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
I'm fantastic.
Yeah, your signal's coming in good today. Which antenna are you on?
I'm on the beam.
Okay, good. You're doing bounce S5?
Yeah, now I'm on the 700.
Oh, you went over to the 700 just now? I didn't look. Wasn't look. Give me.
Yeah, I went to the 700. Any different?
Yeah, it dropped down to an S2, but the audio didn't seem to change at all.
Oh, wow. Okay. Back to the beam.
Okay, very good. I hope everything's well.
You too, Paul. You have a blessed day. Appreciate
it. Kilo November 4 Tango Juliet Foxtrot. He's got two antennas, the beam and the vertical. I heard you in there, Greg. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor CVE. There he is. Charlie Victor Echo. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just out here dodging potholes on Briley.
It's hard to believe Briley's covered with potholes. I've been down there now.
It always is, and there's this area by exit 8 that has been messed up for 9 years, and they never seem to fix it.
Which one is exit 8?
That's going to be, I guess, left.
Oh, Lebanon Pike?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I don't remember if there, because again, I haven't been up that way in a while, and if I had, well, they'll be on top of it, I hope.
Yeah, it may be downhill, but anyway, it's right through there. So, but I know which lane to take. See you on the next net, KD4 TV.
Yeah, very good. You're doing well from the walled roadway there. That was Greg in that for Charlie Victor Echo. Who else is? Anybody else short on time? All right, we can just move. First time caller, please come.
Kilo November 4 Bravo Tango. This is Brian.
Oh, Brian, you sound great. What are you using for an antenna and rig over there?
I am a TYT 7900 dual bander with a I can't even remember what the name of the antenna is. I just got it put up this weekend on Sunday. So I'm actually time checking in, and my buddy on the DMR radio from Murfreesboro, Terry, sent me over here.
Oh, very good, very good. You're doing a good. You're talking to Terry from Murfreesboro, you said?
Terry Mingle, he said let you know he couldn't check in tonight. He's on the road, so he's a little out of range.
Oh yeah, no, he's often out on the road. So yeah, and again, we don't have any requirements for checking in. So you miss him or you don't miss him, it's all good to us. So we know you're out there. So you're what? I'm glad to have you in there, Brian. What antenna did you have better one you have now?
Actually, I just had a mag mount antenna on my truck. What I've been used to check in on the Sumner County club nets here, and this is got my 2 meter rig inside the house with my antenna this week. So I'm really happy to be sitting checking in now.
Yeah, rather than sitting out in the car freezing to death. Yeah, very good, Brian. It was good to have you in there from Portland. It's always good to have. And you don't forget, if you want to, you get on our mailing list. Doesn't just get you reminders about the nets, etc. But you're doing a great job with the new antenna and the rig inside the house.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You dropped out there for a second.
I just said I've been. I appreciate it. Glad to hear that I sound good, and I've been looking forward to checking in with you guys.
Well, very good. We hope to see you again and have a good night. Appreciate you being there. That's Brian in Portland. Kilo November 4 Bravo Tango Tango. Excellent signal from Portland. And Portland is getting pretty active with Simplex. I'll tell you, they got a nice there. I forgot his name already. What you remember his name? You must know his name. The guy who does the Simplex Net.
Ricky.
Oh, Ricky. Yeah, you know Ricky there, do you, Brian?
Yes, sir. Check in with him on Monday night.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I've checked in with him also, but I do so many nets sometimes I forget other people's. Well, very good. I'm glad you have you in there, Brian. Who else? First time check-in? All right. Then we'll move right on to the web.
KM4YRF, Mike in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Couldn't work up a good penny ante game there where you live.
You're right about that.
Nobody's got any pennies.
or anything else either.
Yeah, anyway, everybody going good?
Yeah, everything's going good. Emily went, so I've got a little time to breathe.
Yeah, I'm sure you love having her and taking care of her, but at the same time, zone when you're not having to attend to somebody.
Yeah, she actually is a little bit demanding, not in a bad way, but if she has something to tell you, she has to tell you right now, or she'll forget, and so that kind of chews up some time from time to time.
Yeah, I'll bet that's true. That's kind of funny. I think I told you about the movie Memento.
Yes, and I haven't watched that.
You watch it, you'll get a kick out of it. Not because it's related to what Emily's problem is. It's an interesting story. It'll drive you crazy when you see it. You got to make a point of seeing Memento. Really, it's an excellent movie, and it's a little rough in a few spots, but nothing real. I've seen much worse movies than that one in terms of violence, or that one's just interesting.
Well, we bought it. We just haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Oh, that's right. You did get it. I forgot about it. Oh, yeah, you gotta take time this week or this weekend. Can. Anyway, that was Michael, Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot, and he is in Belshire. He's the one who does the Saturday Night Net at 7:30, 8415, and also fills in for me when I'm dead. All right, who else is next west?
K4 HSD, David in Bellevue.
Oh, David, I heard WBZ in there. Hold on one second. There, Chris. Hold on. All right, I got David in where are you, David? I forget where you are. In Bellevue?
Yes, in Bellevue, Paul.
Wow. See, my memory doesn't always fail me, but it's getting worse. How's there, David?
Oh, it's going pretty good. I just wish it quit raining. I know 100% that we've already got way too much rain this week.
Yeah, I know. I've had a big turtle. I say big. He's probably about 10-inch diameter in our little pond in the backyard. Somehow we found our little pond. He's been there for 3 years maybe. It rained so much he left the pond, man. He says it was too wet.
Yeah, we've got a little pool for my granddaughter that's out on the deck. That thing's almost totally full.
Well, I'd say we always need rain, but at this point we don't need it.
That is true, but yeah, we'll have a good evening, Paul.
You too, David. That's David, Kilo Oscar 4 Hotel Sierra Delta He's in Bellevue, and I heard Chris in there from.
Close enough, it's Hermitage, but yeah, sitting here with the Fire Stick, I pulled up the search engine. So, Memento movie. It says a man juggles searching for his wife's murder and keeps his short-term memory loss from being an obstacle. That sounds about right?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's his problem. Is it's funny and not funny. You know, if it happens to you or me, it's not funny. But in his case, short-term memory is he can't remember anything after a few minutes. So he has to either write it down. He actually tags things on his body so he doesn't forget the words. And he takes a Polaroid with him. Like he checks into a motel, he takes a picture of the motel and sticks it in his pocket, a Polaroid, to make sure he remembers where he's staying.
Well, it says this movie came out in 2000, so yeah, we didn't have smartphones and digital cameras were still even kind of new. But yeah, I was sitting here skimming looking for a movie to watch tonight. You talked about that, so I'll probably watch this later.
So what? Now, don't blame me, because the way they present the movie, I'm not going to give any of it away. But the way they present the movie will drive 30 minutes. It'll drive you crazy. It might drive you crazy the whole movie. I had one guy at work. I lent him the movie. Next, called me a name. I said, hey, what's wrong? He goes, I had to watch the movie twice.
You can watch them multiple times and pick up something, something different every time. Pulp Fiction is a good example of that. I've watched that several times, and I still catch little bits that I didn't catch it any of the times before. It's like some people call them Easter eggs. Like sometimes it may just be a detail that adds to the storyline. Sometimes it says anything about it. When you find it, that one little thing that pops out at you and goes, oh, and you understand the importance. It may take 10 minutes just to explain the importance, and they don't, and it's just something that nobody even talks about. It's just there. It's a reference to something else. My daughter used to watch a show called Supernatural. Watching it, there's a lot of pop culture references in there. While it may be a show for, I think it was geared toward kids, there was a lot of references in there that she didn't get the reference. Like the brothers, their names were, Sam and Dean. And they go in and they start doing an investigation on one, and they identify themselves as Mulder and Scully, which, is an X-Files reference. Well, my kid doesn't know that, blows right over her head. But there's, like things like that, a whole bunch of pop culture references that she didn't even get. And I actually enjoyed watching that with her.
Oh, yeah, no question about it. There's always movies that do that. And one of the movies that does that well is a movie like Fargo or Fargo. But a lot of the movies that the Coen brothers do, including one of my favorites, which is The Big Lebowski. If you haven't seen The Big Lebowski, you have to see it. Anyway, anything else for the net tonight, Chris?
No. Number. Y'all have a good night. KI4WBZ monitor.
All right, very good. That was Whiskey 4, Whiskey Bravo Zulu. And Chris is in Hermitage. I said it was Old Hickory, but it was a toss-up. I couldn't remember whether it was Old Hickory or Hermitage. Anyway, that was Chris. Anybody else, Wes? Please come in. Hello. Ready, big time ready for that Tennessee thing, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Depending on the conditions, whether I can make contact or not, it's another story. But I am gonna try it. So that's all I can do.
Where is the net control for that? Do you know?
It's at a high school. It's Big South Fork. It's somewhere around Big South Fork area. I forgot the name of the high school they're going to be at. But it's on the webpage.
Okay, very good. I just wondered. Some of the ships, as you know, they're still not active, but they're active. Like the Missouri out there in Hawaii, and a bunch of them are the museum ships around the country. Like that. Anyway. Everything else going well?
Yeah, so far so good. Just stay dry. Not to anyway.
Yeah, well, for the next day and a half or two, it's going to be a little troubling how wet it's going to be, they tell me. Anyway, glad to have you on the air. You sound good, Jeff, as always. Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. Who else is west?
KG4 ILD, Jackson Donaldson.
You going to try that Tennessee net, I hope?
I may give it a shot.
Very good. All up. Ben, you're not having to water your garden this week.
No, if it keeps on going, I'll have to put my rice in.
Actually, the only garden with an umbrella.
Probably the only rice paddy in Donaldson.
Oh, yeah. That would be. There's something. There is rice growing in this country. Where? Louisiana? Florida, maybe?
South Carolina has a lot of rice, and I think Louisiana too.
Huh. Oh, I didn't know they did it in South Carolina. That's interesting.
Yeah, Mississippi, I believe, also has some rice.
Yeah, I was surprised. I lived in Florida, and of course, as you live in a place for a while, it's like here I learned a lot about what went on in Tennessee that I didn't know about. But excuse me, in Florida, I was surprised. You know, I knew they had sugar cane, and I knew they had all kinds of fruits and vegetables. And then I learned they also had cotton and tobacco. And tobacco, but again, a southern states, good climate for it, and in the northern half of Florida was an excellent crop.
Oh yeah, it's still good. Still smoke, but anyway, I don't have a lot for the net. I just want to thank you for doing the net, Paul, and I'll see you next time.
All right, hope to see you Saturday. That's Jack, Kilo Golf 4 in the Lima Victor in Donaldson. Who else is west? Nobody else west? Wow, we really should run. Small crowd tonight in west. Who else is south?
F4KFQ.
How you doing, Tony? Tony, I do a name for you, but it wouldn't be a good one. The T-Man.
Sweet or unsweet?
Oh, it'd have to be sweet. No, it's you're gonna have to you're gonna have to find a new hobby, man. Somebody's gonna have to pick up your.
Yeah, well, when I die, I figure the trash is going to pile up, and then they'll name the road after me, and then people remember me by.
Yeah, well, is anybody else helping you out at all? Anybody?
No, I get lots of attaboys. People job I'm doing, and people on the neighborhood Facebook page will give me, the thumbs up and whatnot. But I even, out there at 1 o'clock, come on out, and not a soul.
Human nature is wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they've got to wash the cat, or they've got to clip the toenails on their aardvark or something like that. They're always busy.
Yeah, they don't want to miss reruns of a game show.
Absolutely.
No, it's the old adage, and I know most people are familiar with it. That there's an old adage about 80% of the work in any organization is done by 20% of people. Well, in some cases, it's 95 and 5.
I would settle for 5% of the people.
No, you're right though. But you see, yours is picking up trash. So that's what you need to do. Well, it's a dirty job. It's just considered it's a dirty hands-on job. You ought to get a Boy Scout troop or a Girl Scout troop to adopt that role.
Tried that. Didn't happen. What I'm running into now, there's so much trash, and I'm sure up and down in your area it may be the same way. But I-24 is just down with litter on both sides. I mean, incredible amounts of litter, and it's blowing over the interstate barrier fence over into our area that we're trying to keep clean.
Yeah, my wife and I noticed the same thing in the last. I noticed it last week that the interstate was pretty busy with trash, and part of it is due to trash haulers that have those big open tops. They don't have that screen down on top properly. I know that's true. But I was behind one day. It was trash blowing out the top of the thing. But I don't know if it's just more people on the highway or what.
Well, luckily TDOT now has everybody pay. TDOT now has a number you can call. Of course, I don't have it in front of me, but you can go on the TDOT web page. Let's see.
And all you have to do is have the license tag number of whoever's doing it. And TDOT will contact the inquiring minds would like to know why they were seen tossing trash out on the highway.
If you see something, say something. Is that the deal?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, for some people, you know, it's going to be categories. A, they didn't, you know, something blew out the back of the truck and they had no idea that they had done that, and done that. B, it's, you know, it's going to be the hard nosed trash person, and C, it's going to toss it out, and it, you know, TDOT calling them up, it's going to make a difference. They won't do it anymore. So you all hope for the C.
Yeah, I found I just did a quick search while you were talking there. I put on TDOT. I actually put down the word TDOT. That's what I put down. And actually, if you put down, I'm pretty sure because the website is a really long one, so I'm not going to give it to you. But it's if you just look up TDOT, they have both a website. You can put the number in there, or you can call the phone number. They've got both. Anyway, appreciate what you do, Tony. I mean, I'm not showing up on for Mt. Juliet, but you're welcome to come up here and pick up trash.
Well, what's wrong with picking up trash in Mt. Juliet?
Well, I do actually. I routinely will pick up trash. I pick it up in front of other people's houses, walking the dog.
Well, I guess that's better than putting it in other people's yards.
And I also pick up my own dog's duty.
You know, I don't do that. But we do have it looks like a cow school for a cow many years ago, and I've been really tempted to put it on a stake with a little sign that says litterers will be rooted.
Yeah, it's bad. Because you imagine how bad that roadway would look if you didn't pick up the trash.
Oh, trust me, we've already been there. All of this.
Yep, I'm sure. Yeah, I can't imagine. Well, I'm glad you're doing it, Tony. I know it's not a happy job, but I'm glad. I'll just say service. Anyway, anything else for that, Tony?
Oh, that'll do it.
All right, appreciate it. A4PEW here for talking to KF4KFQ, and that's Tony in Smyrna. Who else is West?
KG4SF.
Hey, Charles, what's up?
Got a girlfriend holding me here. I'm trying to check in, and there's a cold one today.
Oh, I'm sure it was cold. I hope you had a nice hat and the gloves on.
Yeah, I had a jacket. I bought a new raincoat. Good hair, everyone. Just thought I'd check in there for. I plan on getting another antenna and another tree.
Oh, very good. Well, your signal's pretty good to us right now, so you're not doing too shit.
So far, you're the only one I've heard.
Okay, well, very good. You're not going to hear many, but from the west, you could have. I'm surprised you didn't hear. You must have missed Michael because you can normally hear him, can't you?
I did miss him. I actually called him earlier. I got a messed up antenna.
Well, very good. That was Charles in Cottontown, not Cottontown. He's in Joelton, Twin City area. It's Kilo Golf 4 Sierra Foxtrot Foxtrot. Who else is west? West or south?
KN4 AJL Bob and Lab.
Hey, haven't heard from you in man, I can't remember the last time.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time. So, well, my work schedule, it wouldn't let me get in here for a long time, and then I took a lightning strike or a power surge, got equipment, got everything back straightened out again, and I figured I'd get in here, stuff off, and get in here with some fine people tonight.
Oh yeah, you sound great. Which I don't remember which antenna you're using there from Las Casas.
I'm using that diamond. It's not the 700.
Oh, the 500. That's still an excellent antenna. It really is good. But you got a great signal out of Las Casas to me.
year and a half. So anyway, you're blowing me out of the room over here as usual.
Yeah, very good. Appreciate it. Yeah, I tell people I ignore more XYLs than anybody else in Middle Tennessee.
I copy that. Yeah, there's either power surge or lightning strike. It got that TS2000. It smoked it for me. So on a little 281 Kenwood.
Oh yeah, it's nice little radio. Yeah, it's too bad about the 2000. Isn't it?
Yeah, I was kindly maybe thinking of going with an ICOM. I'm not sure. Made my mind up.
Well, there's a couple of those ICOMs. The one that's for 2 meters 70 centimeter with I think star in it, I believe. Yeah, it does. I'm pretty sure. I think it's the 7300. I've heard excellent reports about that radio.
People rave about the ICOM. These Kenwoods, they've always done good for me. And my father-in-law, he always run Kenwood. They good for him, but I don't know. I may end up getting another Kenwood or something. And, we'll just see what happens here in the near future.
Oh yeah, I get it. Well, man, I'm glad you're doing well. I mean, because I don't think we've talked, man.
Yeah, it probably has been 2 years. But like I say, my work schedule had me all jacked up. Longest time I couldn't get on here like I wanted to, but I'm gonna try to hang around for this 28415 net tonight. I got my radio over here. I got this 590 all set up, ready to go. I'm gonna see if it'll work.
All right, sounds good. Bob in Las Casas, like the long lost son there. Kilo November 4. I'll say brother. It makes more sense. Kilo November 4 Alpha Juliet Lima. He's in Las Casas. Who else is south?
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee.
I guess Bob was blowing your doors off there, wasn't he, Larry?
Yeah, had a good copy on it.
Yeah, very good. Everything well with you?
Yeah, we're doing. So we go bit Shoney's this coming Saturday.
Yes, Shoney's Lebanon. I'll send out a notice, but yes, that's my final word. And until we find someplace else, I said we gotta. I think Lebanon's a great location, but not for everybody. I prefer it be either closer to Mount Juliet and or Hermitage and or somewhere in between kind of.
Okay, man. We'll let you know what K4 SYB.
Yeah, very good. That's Larry, and he's in Rockville. Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. Who else is south?
Whiskey Victor 4 Delta.
You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be out picking up trash, Tony, man. Ken.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Days like today where it was so cold, I couldn't stood to be out there anyway. I don't think he was either, but before I can get back out rolling again. But anyway, thanks for the net. 73 buddy from Smyrna, Tennessee.
Yeah, very good, Ken. Yeah, it was so cold and wet today. I made my wife go out.
How'd that go over?
All right, well, very good. That's Ken in Smyrna. Whiskey Victor 4. Who else is south?
Kilo India 4 November Delta November.
Hello, David. What's up?
Hello, Mr. Ball. Not a whole lot. A little wind out this way, but how's your end?
Oh, it's cold and wet. Down about, I don't know, 34 maybe here.
Oh, okay, 34. Let's say it's 36 here, measured and going to get cooler, I believe.
That's because you're in the deep south of.
30 miles difference in your temperature and my temperature, huh?
Yeah, no big deal. Everything going all right?
No complaints at all. I appreciate what you're doing, sir, and 7th grade everyone on the net.
Yeah, very good. Hope you get up here one of these days.
Oh, okay. I thought you was going to send a cab out this way or something. Pick me up.
Yeah. One of those driverless vehicles.
All right. I hope to see you soon, sir. 7th grade everyone, KI4N.
Yeah, very good, David. It's David. He's in Reedyville. Kilo India 4 November Delta November. Who else is south?
KO4 TGX, John and Mt Juliet.
Oh, John, you doing okay? And it's nice and cold here in Mt Juliet, isn't it?
Still wet, just trying to stay warm here.
Yeah, no, it's amazing how I forget when we don't have rain for a while. In fact, I avoided the front yard today to go get the mail simply because the front yard is like a sponge.
Oh, mud everywhere.
Yeah, it's no good. Well, at least we don't have to mow it yet.
Amen to that.
Anyway, anything been going good for you and anything for the net?
Just working on some hand stick dipoles this weekend, so I need to try to test those out sometime.
Oh, that'd be cool. You can do it for that Tennessee event on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't know. Look at it.
All right, sounds good. That was John here in Mt Juliet. Kilo Oscar 4 Tango Golf X-Ray. Good. Of course, he's in Mt Juliet near me. Who else is south or east?
WA4 ZHI.
But you beat it there, James. How you doing?
Good fine, staying out of the rain and the cold.
You ain't flooded in that low territory you live in?
Well, I got a little slope in the backyard.
No, I mean, is that area at all where you are? It seems low to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's.
Well, it's a lot lower than you are, but the backyard tilts toward the front. It goes down my driveway.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, it's funny because where I live, if you come over my street, you can see what I'm talking about. Is roughly the base of my home is probably the foundation across the street. It's possible that the top, not the roof, but the top of the first floor level is the base of my home. Because that was an 8 or 9 feet difference between my house level and one across the street, and the one next door. And I thought, man, if I ever developed those properties, I'd fill them in with dirt.
Well, I don't that closely. I know I can hear the gutters, the water coming down the gutters of my house.
Oh, I'll bet you quite a bit today and yesterday. So I expect more tonight and tomorrow, and I think the next day.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Yeah, take it as it comes. You know how that goes. Anything else for the net tonight there, James?
No, doing well. Thanks for the net.
All right, sounds good. Good to have you in there. That's James here in Mt Juliet. He's over just almost in the middle of Mt Juliet, where the middle is, but he's just northeast of the library at the top of the other hill south of me. Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel. Who else is east?
Yeah, where's Abby?
Yeah, man, you now you give up now. You don't even.
No, I actually was the second party that was trying to get to you before James did.
Oh, I thought it was. Yeah.
Going fine, dandy. I take it we're having breakfast at Shoney's here in Lebanon.
Yes, that's going to be at least a temporary choice until we think they're fine. Somebody tells me there's something a little more centralized. That's all. I'm not. Courtney's is open. We'd have it in Courtney's, but that ain't happening.
Yeah, I don't know if Courtney's is going to what the situation is there. But anyway, I thought of something. I think what it was just blew out of my head like a. Anyway, take care. 73 to everybody on the net that can, and everybody's sounding good so far. The few people I can't hear still, but I'm attributing that to that cotton picking hill between me and Murfreesboro. But anyway, carry on. Thank you for what you do, and check in there. XY 4SOR pressure. Talk to you when I can. KI4SIB back.
Yeah, very good. That was Richard and Stephanie, KI4SOR in Lebanon, just west of downtown. Who else is south or east?
Elliot,
Go ahead, Mike.
you're going to be at breakfast, right? Yes, sir. I'll be there with bells on. Okay, thank you, sir.
This isn't a potluck breakfast, man.
It's not too.
Very good. What else? Oh yeah, who else is east? Hey, how are you, Clyde?
Oh, doing fine. Not doing too much anything around the house. Just thought I'd check in tonight. Uh, I got a root canal next week, and then right after that, I'm going to be having surgery in my right arm, rotator cuff surgery. I've already had it in my left arm, so I tell everybody keep me in the prayers. You know, if you've had that surgery, the surgery's a piece of cake. It's the rehab that's murderous. But anyway, done doing well, just kind of sitting around the house.
Well, that's better than the alternative, really, going out and working like a slave.
Yeah, yeah, I put a 2-meter antenna or dual band antenna the other day, and got it a little bit better, but I had an accident, fell on my rear end. Anyway, you gotta be careful, but not too much going on. Just hope hope the weather stays good. No bad weather comes in.
Yeah, yeah. That the root canal. I've had a few of those root canals, so I know where you're coming from. I've had one that was very painful, but that was, oh my gosh, it's actually 40 something years ago. I thought the needle that he was using, the thing that they used, thought it was toes that hurt so much. But all the others were smooth as nothing. It's the shoulder thing, yeah. That the recovery period is, if you just lay around and sit around and don't do anything, it's great. It's the therapy that kills you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And my right arm this time, and I'm right-handed, so I got to try to feed myself with my left arm. This is going to be interesting. But anyway, I'll say hello to everybody out there, and hopefully bad storms moving in here. I'll let you go, buddy. WB4YOV.
Yeah, very good. That's Clyde. Bravo for Yankee Lima Victor, and if you're so inclined, he's asking for prayers about a shoulder surgery he's having. It's not their surgery, yeah, although, but the recovery period goes smoothly and easily. Who else is south or east?
58, Papa, Lima, Alpha, Philip, and
Oh, Philip, how are you doing?
Oh, doing fine. Been changing some antenna stuff this week. I've got my antenna up in the attic now and seems to be doing a lot better. And been studying for the extra test this week.
Oh, yeah. When do you hope to take the test?
Well, I've got a testing session in Lafayette next Thursday, and if I keep on it, and feel good about it, I may be froggy and jump. Just have to see.
Well, the secret to my success, this has been a few years now, but I got the extra book. I didn't necessarily read all of it. I think I did, but I may have, I may not have. But what I did was going through the questions like on QRZ and another place. Every time I got to a question I had trouble answering or I couldn't remember, I read to the book and looked it up and studied not the answer, but I studied the reason I didn't know what I was talking about. And I used to spend about, God, I probably spent an hour and a half a day for about a month prior to the test.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot on that question pool, and my hat is off to anybody and everyone that is an extra, especially the older generation that has. You're doing something when you're up there at that level.
Oh yeah, well I was even before me. I did have to do the CW at 5 words a minute, but that's at least it wasn't. I'm not going to say it's easy for somebody who has a hard time with that concept, but it wasn't hard to do for me. It wasn't terrible. But no, those guys who had to do 20 words a minute prior to me, I respect those guys more than me.
Yeah, that's definitely being able to use your mind and your ear, brain, and all that at the same time. That's just a lot going on up there. But no, I'm looking at on my handheld here with the antenna in my attic, and I'm kind of looking at an Ocom 2730A. Anybody got anything bad?
ICOM 2730A. I don't think I know that one. And that's what kind of radio is that? What model? I mean, what is it?
It's just a dual bander. My pockets aren't deep enough yet to get into the HF stuff, but it's a dual band repeat function on it, and it's about $300 or so from retailer where I'm looking at VX Engineering, I think.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, again, usually I or I read about radios that have had issues, but I haven't heard of any in a long time in the ICOM Kenwood. So I haven't heard any bad things about it. Some of them have better features than others, but I think it's hard to beat an ICOM. They're almost like the industry. I think they make more radios than anything.
Yeah, I like the features of it, but I don't like that every little gadget, bracket, and cable, and every little thing that they have for it, you've got to buy an extra. I'm a little bummed about that. I love that, but my pockets just aren't that deep yet.
Oh yeah, listen, yeah, don't go crazy. I did not be but not that that's a big, there's obviously there's radios much more expensive than this. I mean, I'd love to have some of the guys have a dedicated 2 meter, 70 centimeter rig like ICOM has, and it's really a nice. I think I'm mistaken. I forget now which model's which because I don't have any ICOM. But and then they have another whole rig ICOM, just for HF that costs bucks 2,000. I don't have that ability either. So anyway, no, it's all good. I'm sure that with crossband repeat, it's about $300. I'll have to look at.
Yeah, it's right at the $300 mark, I think, is what I was looking at there, and they've got a rebate on them right now. I called VX, make sure they have plenty of stock, and they did. So this may be what I go with, but take it one step at a time,
Yeah, that's the ICOM 2730 Alpha, right?
That is affirmative.
Yeah, I have a Kenwood, a T, and it's a dual band, and it's a nice radio, and it does have crossband repeat, but it's got 50 watts on 2 meters, and it also receives 220 and airband and a whole bunch of other bands, but it was closer to 400 as I recall. So that to me, a crossband repeat radio and it changes a bargain.
Absolutely. I'll just have to take the plunge and grab it and see how it does. I think getting my antenna up in the attic, just out of my hallway has made a big difference. But I've got nothing else. I don't want to hold you up. Your net's there. It's good talking to everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. This is W8 PLA. W3's everybody. Thanks for that.
Yeah, Philip, and also another improvement to his system, getting the antenna up in his attic and out of the. And again, that's what's interesting about Simplex. It causes people to change how they work, how they get out, and they enjoy. It gets better. I mean, I hear it all. I heard it from me and all kinds of other people. You get an antenna, a better antenna, you get it up in the air, and you go, "Wow, this hobby got so much better." Anyway, that's Philip. He's in Lebanon, whiskey 8, Papa Lima L. East or north?
KB9 or KK?
Hello, Frank. Everything well?
Everything is fine. Yep. So you got the radio a little backwards there. It's the 7300 is the HF. What I'm using here, that's the VHF, UHF, and 1.2.
Oh yeah, that was the combination. I couldn't remember what. All I remembered was the 7300. Yeah, those are nice rigs.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the one they're talking about, the 2730, that's really nice. They can do what this radio can't do. And, well, it can, well, no, it can't, actually. So, with the 2730, he can actually do UHF, VHF, VHF simultaneously. He can receive two different, you can have it on two different frequencies on the VHF band at the same time, or UHF, or one of each.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's what the Kenwood does as well. So it must have been similar from those two guys, from the two plants.
Yeah, I had the grandfather of it, the 2710. I still have it, 2710. then they had the 2720, and then now the 2730, and in between there they had a 2800. 28 something, and that one looked like a color TV screen on there. It was a little. We actually had a video input for like a backup camera or something in your car. That was weird, but that was one of the first remote panels where it didn't mount to the receiver, kind of like the 5100A. So basically, the 2730 kind of does everything the 5100A, just doesn't have D-Star, which is not a huge problem around here since there's really no repeater. There is none. There's
Well, I was just looking at, it's right now the DX Engineering is $289.95. It's Bluetooth.
Yeah, it's an option. You got to buy a board for it, but yeah. But that's it's a nice little radio. It's got a bigger screen than it used to. On the like my 2710 has just that amber screen. You can't change the color. You can't do nothing, and it's real tiny. And you needed all this, all these cables to separate it. This thing's already made to be separate. So as things got better, they progressed and got a little bit easier.
Cool. Yeah, I also noticed that it makes their software free for programming. I'm sure you're paying for it somewhere, but ICOM, according to this, the RT Systems is $49.
Well, the RT Systems is not from them. It's that's RT Systems, but they have the cloning software is free for the on the ICOM. If you want it easy, you got RT Systems. Now that's what's interesting on the getting back to these base radios here. The 7300 it's about $900 now. That one you had to buy the software, or you got to get RT Systems. Being newer and more expensive, even though they look almost identical, they give you free programming software with it. So go.
Yeah, well, again, you're always paying for something. I mean, I've paid for Yaesu software. I've paid for. I think that's the only one. Because I had three Yaesu radios, and I'm trying to remember how I. Oh yeah, I had that. I also got the RT. I bought it twice. Once 7857 and another time for the 991A. So yeah, I had to do both ways. And then the other way was free, and the Linka was free as well. So I'm not too. No, and yeah, all the Kenwood's radio stuff was quote free. $20 for a handheld. I guess they ought to give the software away for free.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, 15 years ago, maybe not quite 15. I would have got if I was getting a radio, I would have got if I wanted to buy one radio and I could afford it. I had the 7000. I still do it to my Go box. Before that it was the 706. Right now, if I had to get a radio that could do everything, though I am totally an ICOM person, that's all I've really had, I would get the 991A. If I had to buy one radio and I can only afford one right now, that's the one I would get because it puts it the shack in a box and it's a darn good one.
Yeah, it's decent. Really, I've had everybody I know who has one is pleased with it. I know a couple of people had problems, but I don't know if they were just intermittent problems. I mean, Ken down in Smyrna had to send his off to the factory, and they brand new.
Yeah, I mean everything. It's anything electronic. Unless it's happening all over the place. I haven't heard any real huge problems. I know there's, the original one wasn't quite as good. I'll tell you what, it's for what it can do, it's the best one out there right now that has, all the band, enough power and everything. It's very usable. For me, I'd have to have a learning curve to use the ICOM menus because the easy menus because they're like Chinese to me. Even though they're not, I'm sure once you get used to it, ICOM's the same way. Anyway, hey, just don't make false weather reports. Back over to that case.
Yeah, no kidding, man. You got to be wacky to do that kind of false weather reporting and then get reported for it. Now he's facing what, 9 charges? Well, he's going to get his license revoked by the FCC. I bet you he gets fined.
Yeah, I think it's 10 counts, and then counts of misdemeanors or class A or something like that, and then you know, and all this other stuff. I don't know. I'm really shocked because I'm like thinking, okay, well, hey, what's the FCC? What's the local police? Or I guess once it crosses over into something considered a threat like that, I guess they take over.
Well, it is a local problem. Well, obviously it's both people's problem because, well, no different. If you were communicating with, local first responders, whether it be paramedics or fire and police, any of those groups, if you were interfering with their signals or giving false things that are happening in the county, darn right the locals are going to get you for some kind of a crime. And then, of course, that will just institute FCC.
Yeah, well, I guess if you read it, it's like other people try to intervene and tell him, hey, what are you doing? And he got argued with him. So who knows? I don't know. Kind of like, nutty people like the guy that's the recording that keeps playing. So,
yeah, I haven't heard him recently. I don't know what happened. Anyway, that's Frank. He's here in the northwest corner of Mount Juliet. Kilo Bravo Romeo Kilo Kilo. Who else is north?
WB0
Hello, Mark. What's going on?
Hello, Paul. I just sent you an email to the group. There was a Tennessean that Courtney's the building has been released by a new company, Copper Mill, and they'll be opening a restaurant in it soon.
Have you ever lived or worked near a paper mill?
There was one at Port St. Joe, Florida. I remember that. And it stunk.
Paper mills are horrible. Just horrible. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's not what they're going to do it at Courtney. Did they say? I didn't see I saw a notice out to the group. What were they hoping? Are they going to leave it a restaurant?
Yeah, apparently they're going to, which it needed that, 20 years ago. And open a new place in there. I didn't find any info on what it's going to be like or what kind of a restaurant, but hopefully it'll be something central for us.
Well, I like it because it's big and it can accommodate a lot of people. So it's hard for them to be overdone. They would let us sit in that other room for probably stay overnight.
Oh man, yuck.
Yeah, I know it. Hey, listen, no, it's a decent venue for us lowly hams, though.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what this place is. But the name of it is Paper Mill. So, come to think of it, I guess that's not a great name, is it?
Well, for anybody who hasn't lived near a paper mill, they wouldn't know that it sounds interesting. I don't know why the name of it. I'll have to read the article. There must be a good reason behind it. But no, it could have mill.
Yeah. But there's not much info about it. Just a couple of paragraphs in today's paper. So we'll see. But anyway, fine here, getting better, feeling better, and maybe be ready for the next one. WB0
Yeah, I'm glad you and your wife are getting better. Who's doing better first, her or you?
Oh, she's been doing better than I have by quite a bit.
Huh. What, are you the old man of the group?
Yeah, I'm 3 months older. That's it.
Yeah, it's funny how some things affect women worse than men, and other things that it's just the opposite. And obviously, she did pretty well compared to you.
Yeah, it's anyway, we're both on the mend, so that's good news.
Glad to hear it. That's Mark. He's here northwest Wilson County, Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar Oscar. Who else is north? Hey, go ahead, friend. I mean, Jeff.
Yeah. Talking about Courtney's and all that. I know you haven't been in a while, Paul, but where Ryan's used to be, Twin Peaks is going to take its place.
Who's taking his place?
Twin Peaks.
Oh, really? And it's going to be a regular restaurant or a breakfast type? I mean, like a buffet.
Restaurant. Have you ever been to Twin Peaks before?
I've heard of it, but I've never been in it.
Yeah. Well, you need to do a little research on it. It's going to be interesting. But I went to one in Franklin some time ago. But my wife was kind of surprised how the female staff dressed.
No, I never looked it up. I was figuring out kind of what you meant as we went along here, but I've never been. All right, I got you. So it's probably not a venue for us.
Well, maybe not. So I'll pass it along to you.
Very good. Back in business, but it's something else, and somebody else bought it. Well, that's nice to know. I mean, it's obvious. Just listen. With all of this stuff going on in Middle Tennessee, really, I'm amazing how many things are going on. Anyway, they were just saying that Ryan's up there in Madison, up there by the river. It closed and it's going in as a Twin Peaks restaurant. Who else is north or anywhere?
Charlie 9, Echo Tango Sierra, Paul, North Mt Juliet.
Hey, Paul. How's it going for you?
Oh, good. Thawing out.
Did you have to spend much time outside today?
Yeah, I was outside all day down at the stadium, turning it into an ice rink.
Oh, I saw that in the news briefly, and I wondered why they did that.
Yeah, they're doing a hockey game this weekend. NHL used to do a lot of those years ago. I think COVID stopped a lot of that, so it sounds like they're getting it back going again.
Buffalo did that, and they did it. I'm trying to remember the Buffalo State. I don't remember where they did it. I think they did it in Ontario. They did it outside, and that's unusual because then the fans got to suffer.
As long as it stays dry, I've done quite a few of those now, and I'd rather have snow than rain.
Yeah, no question about it. I guess I don't know. What do you do for a living? Did you be involved in the ice rink?
We do all the audio for the entertainment stuff, so we're speakers around.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was, one of the guys. There's a company. You know the name of the company that's.
The production company is BAM. They're Canadian. BAM. They're like the guy who owns it.
Oh no, the reason I asked that is every time somebody wants to build an ice rink in this country, there's only a couple, 3 Canadian companies, but they're big in commercial ice rink.
Oh yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. 53-foot trailer, semi-trailer that's full of the cooling. The one that's the power plant, and then there's a whole lot of pipes going in and out of the stadium, and it's a pretty impressive setup.
Oh yeah, well I used to be in the refrigeration business, so I'm kind of familiar with what they do, and it's a big,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. This rain, I think, makes it pretty difficult. It looks like they had their work cut out for them today.
Well, that's where you don't send boys out to do a man's job.
That's right. Yeah. No, they're trying to surface the thing and make the best out of it. So we'll see what happens here. Maybe it's so much rain. You think like 2 inches of rain or whatever we're getting yesterday, and then tomorrow or tonight or whatever. I mean, maybe the ice will just be thicker.
But unless they have some kind of runoff, I wouldn't know. I really don't know how they do that. I knew when I was a kid, we had an outdoor rink in town that the city used, but it was an ice rink. I mean, it was like I said, it's back to it being a ball field now. But we had a outside rink, and it was lit at nice meeting place for the kids, boys and girls. It was great.
That's cool. I miss that up in Wisconsin. Used to have them. A lot of the parks, but same thing on the ball fields or soccer fields or football fields, whatever. In the wintertime would flood them or whatever. Or of course, if you had a lake,
make. They just clear the lake off and do the ice hockey.
Yeah, done a little of that too. Well, very good to have you in there, Paul. That's Paul, Kilo Charlie 9 Echo Tango Sierra here in Mount Juliet. Who else is north or anywhere?
Okay.
So you're anywhere?
AN4IEA.
All right, I had 2 in there, but up.
Hey, Paul, how are you?
Doing good. You know, I noticed that it's interesting to me that there's so, I don't know how many it is, the hams, at least on this net, are involved in some way in IT.
But
I guess it's no, it's IT and audio business, you know, which is a big business in and of itself. It's because it incorporates a lot of IT stuff.
yeah, I found it interesting that there's other, connections with some of my hobbies too. So it's pretty cool that the birds of a feather, right? People that like technical stuff like radio, I think, and if you're into RF in any capacity, then probably into other electronics.
Don't cringe at different concepts, you know. They're willing to go that extra mile, so to speak. It doesn't bother.
Yeah, well, I think it's that interest level too. Whatever drives you. At this time, I wouldn't want to dig into any troubleshooting with it. Enough other troubleshooting, but as a casual, user at this level, yeah. But it's and then takes that much passion to get through it, but then to further pursue it and all the rabbit holes there is, well, takes years.
Yeah, very good. Yep. No, it's just interesting how many technical people. In fact, I've seen, you probably have. I don't know any here, but I knew they were very good. I mean, exceptionally. You know, they were the geniuses of the area I lived in Florida. They were, and chief engineers for television and radio stations.
Yeah, I know a guy who does wireless, and he's a ham radio, wireless for computer systems. So it's kind of funny.
So he's just got a J-pole in the attic.
Honestly, I don't know that he operates anymore. RC, so you see, it kind of all goes together.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Remind me again. Did they drop the provision for licensing for planes?
So there's going to be an RFID system that's coming out. It's probably already being implemented. I haven't been following planes that have been around that you don't have to retrofit it. And I'm flying at a field that's kind of a fixed space, so they know that that activity is going to. For drones in the future, yeah, you're going to need the RFID, especially if you're flying in areas that are not, I guess, authorized or just known.
Oh, interesting. So they just don't want people. They want to be able to ID people that are playing out.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, I saw a drone that I really liked, but I'm not dropping $1,000 on it.
Certain level, the drone, has to. Those rules apply to it. So people are buying these drones that are below the certain weight. They can be very expensive too, but they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I always thought it'd be cool to. Well, because I saw a neighborhood. He just did a review of his neighborhood with a drone. It was, and he even he took it off and landed it from his home, and you could see him controlling it as it came back down. All that kind of thing.
Yeah, I've seen one over here. It actually annoys me. I don't like the idea of being.
Yeah, that's always been a kind of a funny thing to me. Is that you are being watched. I mean, every mall you go to, every Walmart, they're monitoring you. So now Nashville moved in, and they're going to go. And Mount Juliet dumped it a few years ago, but with the license plate identification.
So you can shoot drones out in Mount Juliet?
I got to think about it. I don't really know the answer to that. I'm guessing it's limited to a certain area. It has to be.
I'm just kidding. He's the one that flies over here. But,
oh, yeah.
That's totally a joke.
Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. I misunderstood on the air. I looked up one time. I don't remember why I looked it up. On statutes. I think it was about weapons. It was about shooting. I didn't think it was permissible, but I looked it up anyway. And it is very explicit in Mount Juliet statutes. It says firearms discharged in the city limits. And it lists BB guns, pellet guns, shotgun, pistols, rifles. Say include rocks and snowballs.
No projectiles at all.
No, you can't. So,
Well, be safe out there. I'll be joining you soon.
very good. We'll catch you later, Chris. That's Kilo Golf 4. So I think I heard Kilo November 4 India Echo Alpha. What's up?
All right, good evening, Paul, and everybody else out there listening in. This Kilo November 4 India Echo Alpha. Yeah, I've been hanging out with you, just trying to see who I can hear and who I can't, and see how the weather's affecting. You know, still doing a lot of kind of investigating to see what I'm capable of during weather conditions.
Oh, no, you're doing great tonight. Your signal is fantastic, Ricky.
Well, that's real good. I noticed that, you know, Philip, he's usually checked into my net a few times, and tonight, for some reason or other, I couldn't even hear him. I could only pick him up on your YouTube, where you do the broadcast on there. I knew what he was saying, but I didn't pick him up at all tonight, so I don't know what's up about that unless it's the weather.
Can you hear him on your Simplex Net?
Oh yeah, I think he's checked in a couple of times. Of course, you know, maybe and he's checking in on the repeater, Sumner County repeater. I'd have to check my book, but I thought for sure that no, actually, I'm looking at my log, and he checked into my Simplex last Thursday. So yeah, and I couldn't even hear him tonight, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Must be a weather issue, or he did say put up a brand new antenna this weekend. That's what you missed him saying. So he's got an antenna. I think he said outside because he was using the mag mount from his car. I believe that's what he said.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I heard him say that. I don't know if that affects anything. You know, that could be it.
Yeah, but that's weird that he got a nice antenna outside and now you can't hear him.
WHTL. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like I said, I couldn't hear him at all on the radio, and he was coming in good and strong before. So, I mean, unless you know, it's the weather. We'll just wait and see, and he'll check in again. We'll find out.
Very good. Hold on one second, Ricky. What was up, Philip?
Oh, I was listening to your conversation. No, I'm Simplex Net, and I'm only using the 8-watt handy talkie. So I imagine I can't reach him on Simplex with an HD.
Oh no, he was talking about Brian over in Kilo November 4 Bravo Tango Tango, and he's over in Portland as well, I believe, isn't he, Ricky?
Oh yeah, yeah, Brian, he checks into my net also, but no, I was talking about Philip. You know, he checked in and Simplex and came in good and strong, and tonight I didn't even hear him. Of course, I'm on a different frequency. You know, I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Philip. You're right. You said you never checked into it. Then he must be thinking of another Philip then.
That's correct.
Okay, well that wasn't WHPLA.
Gallatin, Sumner County Net. I've never talked to Simplex with Ricky.
He's checking on the Gallatin Net. Is it, you know which one he's talking about? Because I don't. You talking about the repeater net, Philip?
What I'm talking about is W8LA. That's Whiskey 8 Papa Lima Alpha.
Yes, that's correct. You're right. I was mixed up there. Sorry about that. No, but Philip has checked in. Which net did you say you had checked in up in Sumner, Philip?
It was actually on the best page. I'm not Mutton Hollow repeater. I've never talked to Simplex with Ricky.
No, he says he's never checked it with you on Simplex. He has checked in on that Bethpage repeater for Sumner County. Then.
He is correct. Yep, I got my wires crossed.
no big deal. I've never made mistakes at all, ever. I wish. No, he's only got 8 watts in a handheld, so it'd be tough for him. If he made it up to you in Portland, he's going to get an award.
Oh yeah, I agree. Watts and well, you know, I've seen some things happen with little handhelds with a good antenna. You know, I mean, it does pretty good sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know if you heard me say that. Some time ago, I hooked Kenwood HT, which is when you put it on the battery alone, it does like 0.0 watts, I believe. I could be mistaken. It's around 0.05 watts. And I hooked it up to the antenna I'm on right now, and I still had to be at 12 to 15 miles.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've heard people that, you know, with the right equipment, you know, just pushing a couple of watts gets out really good.
Well, it just goes to show you that antenna efficiency, you know, the quality of the antenna and the height of the antenna is over everything, just everything. It amazes me how that is the only reason. I don't care what radio you have, it doesn't matter. Because watts, and if you got a ground plane sitting on sitting in the dirt in front of your house, it's not going to perform very well. But if you got 50 watts with that same ground.
Yep, agree. I've been changing and changing. Like you said, I'm one of those that's changed my system about maybe 3-4 times now. I think I ended up getting a flagpole, a 30-foot flagpole, and putting that Diamond 510, X510 on top of that. So, and I'm done for think of anything any better unless I get like a 50-foot tower or something.
Well, Santa will probably get to that next year.
Oh, you know me so well.
Well, very good. That's Ricky in Portland. He does a net on Thursday nights, which is tomorrow night, and that's is it one? Oh my gosh, it's 550, isn't it? 147.
Well, I don't usually say it like that. I do 147.555.
Okay, all right. I did have it wrong. 147.555. Very good. And that's tomorrow night at 7:30, and Ricky's the for that. So if you can get up to Portland on your rig, go for it. And that's Kilo November 4 India Echo Alpha. His name is Ricky.
November 8, November Hotel Tango.
No Hotel Tango. That sounds like Hayes to me.
Oh, you will be correct in that assumption. I'm just sitting here in the truck chilly nights, but I don't care. I'm thinking about going to that Oklahoma Ham Fest coming here in March. I got a friend, shipmate, who was on my ship who lives down there. I might just make a night of it, stay over there, and then in the morning or something like that.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that'd be yeah, it's always good to meet up. When's the last time you saw him?
Well, I'd probably go there. There's another guy that likes to come visit here who lives in New York that was on our ship. So that when he comes down, the three of us go down. And I want to say it's probably been since maybe at least 4 or 5 months since I've been down there. I go down there once in a while, not that often.
I got you. Liberty calls aren't like what they used to be, though.
No, and the bad thing is if you try to imbibe like you used to when you this age, that's probably not a real good idea.
No, no, but it's not a good idea at all. All of a sudden, you realize that and of course, I got out of the Navy in 1972, and I meet up with my buddies 30 years later, and smoked and drank, and they all quit smoking and they all quit drinking.
Yeah, it's not. It's just what the next day brings. That ain't like it used to be. I remember getting up, being on the mess decks when I was mess cranking at 4:30, 5 in the morning or whatever it was after a night out in San Francisco, and then you know a cup of coffee and you're up rolling again.
No, again, I guess it happens to everybody, but you know, when I was on the ship way back when I was 19 years old, and you know, you were up all hours of the night, you and got up for 2 or 3 hours sleep, and you functioned. You just did what you had to do, coffee, and you got rolling no matter what was going. But now, if I don't get more than 6 hours sleep, you know, it's like somebody shot me and I can't get up.
Yeah, and then you feel bad throughout the day. I try to get my sleep now. I just it's worse than it used to. But yeah, those watches, when the ship's out to sea, you never get 8 hours. It's very rare if you ever come close to that at night. With all the schedule's so messed up, it's noisy half the time. This going on, that. But yeah, it's better now. But yeah, just looking to go there and you know, no real comments from that. But I think I'm gonna go play my practice saxophone after this. We got a couple gigs coming up about that. That's about all I got to say. No real traffic for the net. This is November 8th, November Hotel Tango.
Yeah, very good. That's Hayes, November 8th. Tango. He's in Hendersonville. Who else? Anybody's any place anywhere? Last call for any place anywhere. Lollygaggers, lurkers, sandbaggers, etc. Well, very good. We're going to move right over the 28415. 28.415 upper sideband. We'll see you there momentarily.
How many check-ins? Hey, Paul, what was Ricky's call sign there?
28 check-ins, and Ricky's call sign is November for India Echo Alpha. Yep. I think I told you. Yeah, it was 27 check-ins. Ready. Over to 28415. All right, this is Kilo 4 Pop Juliet Simplex Net 28415. Looking for check-ins from the west. Please come down.
KM4 YRF.
Already got you in there, Michael. KM4YRF, Michael and Bellshower. Bellshower. That's a good one. A good name for Bellshower. Well, Tulsa's west.
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
You made it home, I take it, safely?
I did. And I did have a couple questions, so I could stop transmitting the false weather report.
Oh, recommend stop false weather reports and false pothole reports.
Well, the pothole reports were true. And that was the scantily cat waitresses.
Twin Peaks. It's going to open up where the Ryans was up there across from or near the Rivergate.
Very good. I would hate to stumble upon that.
Yeah, it's especially if you went in thinking it was a buffet.
Actually, yeah, just the name Twin Peaks alone.
When I first heard it, I thought it was a takeoff on the show Twin Peaks, which you probably heard of.
Yeah, that's an oldie.
I guess it is. It's got to be 15 years old anyway. So oldies is a relative term to me. Andy, you really should. Yeah, very good. That was Greg, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo in Antioch. Who else is what?
4 LV Jack and Donaldson.
Got you in there, Jack. Kilo Go 4 India Lima Victor. Excellent signal. Who else is west? Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. You sound a little better tonight, Jeff. Better than normal, but I got you in there. Whiskey Yankee in the Madison. Who else is west? Anybody south? Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. Really low on that one, Scott. I didn't copy all that, and rather than hold up the net, but good to hear from you. It is a very low audio, but I'm not surprised because it's really tough from south. I don't know what the deal is from that. By the way, is it a vertical? Tell me. Oh yeah. Oh, no, I got you. Well, very good. Good to hear from you, Scott. That's Scott in in Laverne, south. Oh, by the way, there was Kilo 1 Sierra. Say that. Who else is south? Turned it up as far as I could without blowing my eardrums out. But I don't hear anybody. Anyway, south or east, please come down. West, south, or east? South, southwest, or east, southwest? No. No, northeast, south, or west, please come down.
Kilo, Bravo 9, Romeo, Kilo.
Very good, Frank. Yeah, were you in Laverne?
Negative.
Okay, no, he was really low, Tony. And sometimes when signals are that, when I know their voice, I knew him more by how he sounded in a very, I mean, way down in the dirt. But I knew his voice. Anyway, you sound good though, Frank. That was Kilo Bravo. Who else is any place anywhere?
Whiskey 4, November Papa, David in White House.
Hey, David, you missed the 2 meter.
Yes, sir, I did miss it, but I managed to get in here on this one. I was going to ask you, do you got any freeze way to done?
I'm surprised we don't. When I was out earlier, it was getting pretty. It was down around low 30 or so. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did have freezing rain tonight.
Yeah, well, it's not raining right. Have a little bit earlier, and the rain that was not freezing, it was freezing on contact. So we got some. I imagine by in the morning it ought to be nice and slick. So everybody be careful.
Yeah, none of that's fun. That kind of weather, just because it's so easy to misjudge when you're driving. If you can stop at all, it's just better to stay off the roads.
Yeah, just better stay home if you don't really have a good reason to be out. Like you said, it can be tricky.
Oh, it's awful. I grew up with it. I lived with it when I lived up in New England, and not so much. But here in Tennessee, I've run into it a few times in the last 10 years.
Oh, what? No ice in Florida?
We did have some spells where it got pretty cold, and it was kind of funny because it got down. We had the worst spell we had, freezing, and it stayed below freezing for 3 straight days, day and night. And it froze. I had a pot in the backyard. It was full of water from rainfall. It froze solid, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. I lived in Florida for 30 years at that point.
Yeah, well, I guess if you have an accident in Florida on ice, it's from stepping on an ice cube there, right?
On somebody's slushy.
All right, well, good evening to everyone on the net there.
At a White House, which antenna are you using?
I'm on the IMAX 2000.
Oh, that's right. No wonder. That's a great antenna. That's day before November, Papa. Anybody else, any place, anywhere?
Kilo Charlie 9, Echo Tango Sierra.
Yeah, David in White House is stronger than you are, Paul.
He's strong here too. He's a good 9 by me.
Yeah, he's very as a monster, really.
I think he's doing a great job.
Yeah, no, it does well. It usually sounded well too, of course.
Well, I just use a 43-foot vertical, so it's probably not good elevation.
Oh yeah, no, it sounds good. Don't get me wrong. In this line of hobby, any signal I can hear is a good one.
Is this better or worse?
No, worse.
That's the dipole.
Yeah, the dipole. Well, I'm vertical, so that would make it obviously it's a horizontal dipole, right? Yeah, it's wonders. Sometimes people put up vertical dipoles for 10 meters. Yeah, no, I'm obviously, but no, I'm much better on vertical than I am. Funny though, if somebody's got a decent signal from even with a horizontal, even if they're far away, I can usually hear them pretty good on this antenna.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed on this 10-meter net that people who are relatively close by, the polarity makes a massive difference. But when it's like someone's coming in from skip or something, it doesn't seem to make that big of a difference.
Right, exactly. Anyway, let me see who else is out there. That's Paul here, Mount Juliet, Kilo Charlie 9, Echo Tango Sierra. Anybody else, any place, anywhere? Anybody hearing anything I can't hear?
I'm hearing nothing. Well, besides you.
Very good. All right, we close it out with 9 on the 10-meter net. See you on the night net there, Michael.
Yeah, last time. We'll see what happens this Sunday.
That was big.
Yes, that was a really, really good night.
Well, it was 15 without any states coming in from California or what.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we've had some big nets with with some DX, but that was one of the best.
Yeah, very good. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close out the net here before I forget to do that. So I'll catch everybody later. Thanks for everybody showing up. K4.